As you can see, we are now first in literacy, and we have a fresh musician with strength 1040. That means it's time to check. 13,000, 6,000. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. So we can buy almost 3 great musicians. That's 4 times 1000, that's 4000. And that means that we are 3000 short. So we have to wait until the Eiffel Tower is done. And maybe until we have the hotels built. Which means that the game will last a little while longer. I have fallen back into unhappiness, so I will buy a new mercantile city-state. I'm sorry, Indonesia, but I need these people. And they didn't really like you anyway. They liked me a lot better. There we go. We are gonna keep away this caravel too. No need to pay upkeep for something I don't need anymore.
Min vän.
Open borders, yes, those I want. And my spy of level 3 is gonna arrive in Seoul in 1 turn. Two turns have passed now, so it's time to check and see exactly how much culture Japan is producing. They are 500 ahead, so 250 each turn, which means that they catch up 100 a turn. So we have 20 turns until they fight their way out of influence. We need to trade again with Sweden.
Välkommen.
For salt. Yes, that will still work.
Mycket
We are
bra.
still friends, even though I spread my
Jag
religion
lyssnar.
into him. As you can see, 1 negative point is just fine. It's when it cascades down that you should be worrying. This one will build. Actually, I think a stock exchange is better than a museum. Unless you already have it, you can try for Broadway. You can build, just build a bank. And this one, a stock exchange. And this one can build a university. Actually, we have 47 production here, whereas we have 9 here. Broadway there is just not a correct choice. It should be a museum. Here is 3 turns. I am inclined to just try that, but I doubt it will work. We're working on the Brandenburg Gate, which means that they went the south path. That's very interesting, actually. And that could mean that they plan on a little war. The south path has cavalry, it has artillery, and it leads up to tanks. Odessa can build useful like a university. Changed next turn. I have to remember that. And we are public school. And maybe I should make some archaeologists in my capital after the Eiffel Tower is done. The total culture output is not that big a deal. Whether it's 400 or 600, it should not influence you too much. The culture game is about tourism output, and tourism output comes more from having good science than having good culture. You will get the culture automatically in sufficient way as you build up your tourism anyway. So overbuilding on the musea is not really needed. You just need the opera houses for the Hermitage and the slots, and the musea you just need if you don't have cathedrals. Musea do offer a little bonus, which I would like to get, but they are not that high on the priority list. We will build it here. As it requires two works of great art from the same civilization and the same era, I think, and I doubt that we have many of those yet. Eiffel Tower with its 12 is much more important. And I do need to find a natural wonder, and that wonder must be situated here. Somewhere. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna find that. Right. Next turn. We are gonna dip again into unhappiness, which means I will buy another mercantile city-state. Should be Colombo. Yes, you are happy that I am order. Even though you had absolutely no choice, because I already have so much influence on you that going anywhere else would be disastrous. Colombo here. We will give them 1000 and then another 500. 500 because it's just more effective than giving them 250 now and 250 again in a few turns. Scientist, which will be sacrificed, and after next turn I will be able to build hotels. You can work on actually, let's build a cargo ship. Oil, lots of oil. If I wanted to wage a war, that would be very easy with all this oil. That is the great advantage of a tundra start. It's often quite horrible in the beginning, because it makes it difficult to grow your city, but the chances of strategic resources are much higher in poor lands like tundra and desert than on grassland. With all this oil, 11, 18 and 4 more here, that's 22 oil. I would have a fleet of battleships or airplanes that would be almost unstoppable. As you may know, the only really effective weapon against airplanes is a nuclear weapon, which should destroy the airplanes in the city you nuke. And pop goes refrigeration. And that means we get hotels. Output from great works plus 50%, 50% extra from the culture of world wonders, natural wonders and improvements. Now, I don't see the religious buildings in there, so I am wondering if they are affected at all. So, to check that, I will be buying a hotel in Orid, and we will see if our tourism changes. And it does not. That is most unfortunate. I was actually counting on that working. But we have learned something new. Hospitals are good, but our happiness is already suffering a little. So I think we will go for the castle. Castle because I do plan on building Neuschwanstein. As soon as I get it. It will take a little bit, but if we get it, it's gonna be absolutely great. 3 gold, 2 culture and 1 happiness in every castle, and well, that just means that those 3 gold get amplified in, by 75% from the stock exchanges, so it's actually almost 5 gold. Times 13 cities, that's 70 gold per turn, plus 30 culture, plus happiness. It gives you everything you want for a wide empire. You can make a well. So, that means that only these cities, like Constantinople and Nicaea, are gonna build hotels after this. Japan has almost fought its way out of the influence, but they are not important. The only one that is actually important is Korea, because if I can convince Korea, the rest will already have fallen. We just have to make sure we keep open borders with everyone. Improve that. You can make a seaport for 2 more production and 2 more gold. You can make a harbor and a seaport. You obviously have to make a workboat. And you should be running science missions. There we go. My museum is done, so I will be fixing up the bonus. And there is even more oil here and here. I could buy that tile, but well, it'll grow into it naturally. And it's not like I need even more excess oil.
There never was a good night.
Metallurgy is done. Trade routes. Finally I can reach sail. And that is very important, as now sail will get 50% as soon as I fix the open borders with them. Varna, you can build a zoo, because the unhappiness is going up really quickly now. Sejong, salt, open borders. Let's be
안녕하시오.
friends.
계속해 보시오.
Go for salt,
알겠소.
open borders for 1 gold.
공지요. 우리는 상해
That's fixed. Spices for salt has ended. Naga.
ちゃんと聞いておる
We'll fix that. And make new friendships. But that does mean that we soon will want another mercantile city-state. And now Korea is finally at 50%. So 160 to them, 160 to Japan. I should make open borders with them. I'm not sure why I don't have that anymore.
おう進めよ
3 turns to the Eiffel Tower, and after next turn I will fix the specialists in Constantinople, because I'm fairly sure that they are working horrible tiles again. He's actually a follower of a different fate in Constantinople. One man, one fate, one mission. A work route, a trade route. Actually, reassign you. Ventures. Then, you should get an aqueduct. Again, some happiness fell away. From Batman City. You will get influence. That'll be enough for a while. Byzantium can build a lighthouse now that it has some effects. Broadway is actually well on the way, but I still expect sail. Let's see. Maneuver. 3 turns. But I still wouldn't keep building that because it's just gonna convert to gold, and that city has nothing better to build anyway. As you can see, I can build a stock exchange or a hospital, but it's not that important. And sometimes the AI decides that, hey, I want to switch working on something else. Of course, the Louvre is gonna make it even more difficult for us to influence Korea. They also have some cultured city-states. Those give, I think, 13 culture turn. We could steal them away, but that brings us in danger of being diplomatic victory again. And I don't want to do that. The Eiffel Tower is complete. The bad tiles on the market. So let's switch to science. Natural heritage sites. I'm not sure. No, I don't think that would be a good plan. We will go with this one. Workshops, factories, and power plants give happiness. Yep, that solves the problem. You are gonna go to Russia, I think. Actually, Siam or Sweden. Siam really needs some help. And at this point, of course, all the effort we did early on is a little wasted, because those 106 tourism just isn't gonna cut it anymore. What do we need? Great works from the same era and from the same civilization, or from our civilization, or different ones. So, Byzantium Industrial, Byzantium Industrial, go there. That gives us 4 more. And now the museums are becoming important. Sigh. It would have been so beautiful to win on turn 150. But no, I wanted to play on continents, knowing that I would be far behind in tourism when I finally met the AIs. This city is about to convert. If that happens, that would be really bad for Sweden. See? There we go. The Eiffel Tower. And a fresh, great artist. Even more art. You can go back there. A new proposal. I think it's time to impose the world religion of Catholicism, but no, 25 turns is just too long, so I will host international games. We will build a hotel here, and then a hermitage, and then a museum. Or actually, no, that's incorrect. We will be buying it right now. And industrial, modern. Modern is good. Modern. We have one left here. Renaissance. No, that will work. There we go. Now we are up to 128, and in 4 turns that will go up quite significantly. You can build a bank. And when this one is done, we can build a boat. Broadway, I still think we will miss it. We were about to go. And with that extra tourism, we will probably be back rising. See, still falling with Japan, despite the 3 pluses. But as soon as they go order, all will be well. $496 gold, that's a lot more than it could have produced. You should be building, I think now is a good time for a hospital. Yep. You can build a public school. Or actually in the market. Let's build that for some extra sweet gold. You have to build a workboat. And once again, we can go back to sleep. When the hotel kicks in, my tourism in the city will go up significantly. Because all the culture from my wonders will be converted, as well as 50% 10% bonus on everything like the Eiffel Tower. So it probably means 20 or more extra tourism. Let's check the great peoples lists. A great artist will take a while. A great musician soon in 3 turns, which is good because we will already have photos from the hotel. And a great writer in the north. Now you can build. Yeah. Just go for a museum. Or no. You can go for one. Just a seaport. I have enough musea now to host slots. Unless I want to swap some, but no, yet. So I first need some artifacts to put in them. But there's not many sites to dig up. There's none here. There's a few here. 1, 2,
以下の件についてご賛同いただき
1, 2,
あっぱら
and a third one here. Oh, even more oil. No, I probably won't even bother connecting that. Could actually build a city here. Who thinks that's a good plan? It would have 2 production, 6 production, might have a fish. No, I'm not gonna do that. You can build a watermill. That. And 9 turns to Broadway. Let's see how much the hotel adds. And then, oh, I should not forget to sell my silver to Oda Nobunaga. 128.
สวัสดี
And that is going to become... Ta-da-da-da-da-da. Eventually, when the turn ends... 138, so not as much as I had hoped. But oh well. Now here we can go for a hospital, more food, more growth, more everything.